First of all, it's very disingenuous for women to come into a man's space in the first place. If a woman gonna come into a man's space, she needs to be quiet. She needs to sit in the back of the room and just listen and take in the information. We don't need her to talk. They talk enough. If a woman gonna come into a man's space, she needs to sit in the back of the room and be quiet and listen and learn. Why is you over here in the first place and causing ruckus? If you don't like the content, guess what? You also have free rights. Exercise your free rights to not come over here.
Damn. Perk did this?
I don't need no one to save me. I was born to be the greatest. All that time in that basement, all that time isn't wasted. Rapping getting faded. I just wanna tell my mom that I made it. Just wanna be the topic of the conversation. Used to rock the gold plated. Now I'm wearing gold chains like I'm famous.
That even if we're all not putting ourselves in a position to be canceled, we should always still be cognizant that it possibly can happen. False allegations are made every day. And like, even though what you're doing specifically may not necessarily have you being looked at in the cancel culture, but the element is still there.
What Flyboy is saying, though, is basically kind of spinning off what I said. He's in a place where his core is going to rock with him regardless. He's going to sell real estate regardless. He's going to sell stock tips regardless. So if people are mad or they feel some kind of way about what he says or what he does, it doesn't necessarily affect him because his core is going to rock with him anyway, so he can stand on his truth. You understand what I'm saying? And I think especially all of us who have shows or blog or do whatever, if you're going to stand on your truth, you're going to have to deal with opposition. And that also means the possibility of being canceled. You know what I mean? And so now it's, if you're scared, say you're scared. You know what I mean? So you gotta understand that that's coming, because the truth is never really what people want to hear. You understand?
Like when I just define the difference between being canceled and losing sponsorships, I try to tell people the difference is that losing sponsorships means that somebody, like you said, like somebody said earlier, they don't want to follow you because you're not trending. You're not going to get them the money. However, being canceled, I feel as though, is only possible if you need somebody to be able to do this. Like, forget about the core, right? If I need your money to survive, if I need your approval to survive, if I need, like, and I separate that also from the allegations, because allegations are false incrimination. That's different from being canceled. Allegation is something that, like I said earlier, if I was to get an allegation, I would do exactly what 50 did or exactly what Tasha K did. I would sue the brakes off the person so no one makes that mistake again and tries to make false allegations against me. But people don't want to do that. That happened with Chris Brown. So he's been in this situation many times where this comes up because he's never done that. 50 Cent did it. This happened to 50 Cent one time. Not a woman ever again. You think 50 Cent stop having busting down new women? No. They see what he did to Tina Marie. You think somebody's gonna go online and say something about Cardi B now? No, they're not. Tasha K got to pay back millions. And because no one ever takes it to that next level because it costs money and it does that. Yeah, it does cost money and stuff, but that money will give you the security to know that no one ever will try that again.
Yeah, that peace of mind.
That peace of mind that no one's to try it again. Like I said, cancel means you, like, it's not just me. I think you cannot be canceled unless you need somebody.
Who cancels you is never your core fan base. It's always the other folks. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, the baby's core fan base didn't try to cancel him. The baby's core fan base didn't really care. They probably thought it was funny. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's the other folks. MTR's core fan base, they're us. We supporting homie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's the other folks. So when you rely on the other folks' money, the other folks' sponsorships, the other folks' opinions and validations to sustain you, you're going to be in trouble because now you can't stand on your truth.
To say this real quick, Doughboy, I see what you're saying.
Right.
I see how you're you're basically speaking in code, right?
Right.
This is where we get into the importance of ownership.
Right.
Our people.
Right.
There's a couple people, like, for instance, like I'm originally from New York. I'm in the DMV. I'm a hardcore Jay-Z fan because I'm from Brooklyn. But when he sold Tidal to the other people, he relinquished his control and his power. I'm hoping that he realizes that you were in full control of a leading platform of streaming music, because I'm also, I got a background in music as well. I used to party promote, rapper,
right,
studio production, and so forth. If he doesn't understand what kind of power you just gave over, the same thing for BET. BET stands for what? What is the acronym of BET? Black Entertainment Television. Why was it sold to Viacom? Can somebody tell me that?
For the bad.
This is why we have to have full control and ownership of our audience, ownership of our platforms, ownership to employ other people that quote unquote look like us. Because the other people, I'm gonna tell you right now, the other people are doing it. And I think me and Kings and Dreams, we had this conversation a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
When you go into a impoverished neighborhood where the demographic is primarily African American, you see Chinese restaurants. Why is that? Chinese restaurants, beauty salons on every other block. That's a problem. And then they say, oh, okay, well, we don't want them coming in here. We own the blocks and gentrification. Okay, well, if you own the block, you need to do something about it. And owning the block isn't just, joining a gang or being like, hey, don't come on this turf.
It means owning the block means owning the block.
Right.
You should own the block. Right.
Yeah. But I just wanted to agree with you, man, Doughboy. And
of course, in the perfect world, the best case scenario, you want to have multiple streams of income. You don't want to have all your eggs in one basket. You want to diversify, right? In case something happened over here, you have other streams and incomes over there. That is always the best case, perfect example. That's not possible. Well, I can't say it's possible, but that's not probable for everybody at all the time. Sometimes that one good stream is that one good stream, and you're lucky if you can have two streams. And that being said, it's never good and fair and right for somebody to be canceled. I think about President 45. I won't say his name because I think even that, right, using that as an example context, there's certain things and words we cannot say on YouTube in regards to this pandemic virus or political or whatever. So number 45, I think number 45 have a little bit of money. I think he has a few billions with a B. So it's not about money, but still he was canceled off what? Off Twitter. So sometimes it's not about the money. I get it where you say, well, I'm the master of my own fate. I have 7 streams of income. I own property. I have stock. I have crypto. And so that's nice and good. But even with that, some things is more important than money. Sometimes it comes down to rights. My free right speech as an American. I don't care if I have money. You should not be able to cancel me because I have a First Amendment. Like I say, President number 45, with all of his billions of dollars, he was still taken off social platforms. So it's never cool to be canceled, and it's not right. We can't be making excuses for these females and these feminists to use their feminine power and this corrupt system to shut down male talking points. Mm-hmm. If women don't like men content, they don't have to come to the channel. YouTube is just like old school TV. And you can click the channel. Instead of clicking the channel on a button, you click it on your mouse or you click with your finger on the smartphone. Why would you go to Kevin Samuels? Why would you go to MTR? Why would you come to the Manosphere? Why would you definitely go to Big Boss Real Talk and then feel away, get your panties in a twist if I'm talking against feminism? I don't go to women's channels and get all enraged and pull the hair out I don't got. Oh man, these women are saying all men ain't shit, especially black men. They're gonna say that, and you can do that, boo, in your own circle. So first of all, it's very disingenuous for women to come into a man's space in the first place. If a woman gonna come into a man's space, she needs to be quiet. She needs to sit in the back of the room and just listen and take in the information. We don't need her to talk. They talk enough. If a woman gonna come into a man's space, she needs to sit in the back of the room and be quiet and listen and learn. Why is you over here in the first place and causing ruckus? If you don't like the content, guess what? You also have free rights. Exercise your free rights to not come over here. So it's never cool to be canceled, even if you do got money, because some things is more important than money. I believe in free rights. I believe in my freedom and my constitution, and I should be able to say what I want to say.